Hello YouTube, I'm Chris from Something Gaming, and I have a special treat for you guys today. I'm going to be playing Megaman X, which is originally for the Super Nintendo, but considering my Super Nintendo is pretty much busted, and most of my games don't work for it anymore, I'm having to find other ways of playing my favorite games from that time. I mean, basically, I started playing the Super Nintendo when I was little, because my sister is older than me and she had it, so she kind of passed it down to me. So I got to find out some of those great games, including Mega Man X, which was one of my favorites. So we're going to be playing Mega Man X. I'm just going to let this initial startup go and everything, and I figured I'd let you guys see it from the beginning in case you guys have never played this game. I know some people are probably not old enough to have played the game, or some people are just going to be pretty much ready to see it and excited, because a lot of people don't have their Super Nintendos anymore, and if they do, they're in my case where it's kind of spotty and it doesn't always work. So as you can see here, this is Mega Man, and he is awesome. He's not like I prefer Zero better, to be honest. The other character that you can't play as in this game, but you get to play as Zero and some other of the Mega Man titles. This is pretty much I think this is the earliest one. I could be wrong on that, but I believe this is the earliest one. So in this video, we'll get up to speed with everything, and we'll also play through the first little bit of the game, and then I'll try and get an episode of these out pretty frequently. I mean, it's not like it's that hard to record, it's not that hard to run. Requires very little to get it running. What I'm actually going to wind up doing is I'm going to put a link in the description below so that if anybody wants to play this game, you can play it. And it's using an emulator, and I'm almost positive that using emulators isn't illegal as long as you have a copy of the game. But I mean, people don't have the copies anyway, and they use them. But I do actually happen to have the copy of this game. So anyway, without further ado, you guys are going to enjoy the game here. So I'm not going to read all this out because it's just a giant wall of text basically, and it just keeps going on and on. So hopefully you guys like this gameplay and everything, and yeah, pretty much that's it. I guess I'll stop here, and then when this text is done, I'll begin playing the game. Alright, well, now that that wall of text is over, I fast forwarded through that a little bit just because it takes a really long time, and obviously you don't want to sit there and just read all that text. I mean, it is valuable information towards the storyline anyway, so if you guys did read through it then, and you haven't played the game before, then you at least know a little bit more what's going on. But I'll try and explain things as we go through the game. But anyway, I'm just going to start it up here, and I'm going to start up a new game. And oh man, this game is it's such a great game, especially for its time. You're gonna have to excuse my probably awful gameplay because obviously I'm used to playing this with a controller, not on my keyboard, and I don't happen to have a controller for my computer, so it's gonna be a little bit annoying. I appear to be getting a little bit of lag here, but I don't know if that's from recording or whatnot. Let me see if I can reduce that in a second. Yeah, no, the game's running a little bit slow at the moment. Let me see if I can fix that. I'll put this on pause. It may just be because I have like a lot of things running. Okay. Alright, I got this working now. So, sorry for that technical difficulties there. I had to turn some different settings off. I didn't think that this would be that visually demanding, but I guess there are some problems with, I guess, like coding or something. I mean, it's still pretty laggy. Give me one more second. Let's see if I could fix anything else. I'm just trying to mess with all the settings right now just so I can get a good frame rate here, because obviously it's not going to do any good if I can't get a good frame rate going, and I haven't tried to record an emulator ever, so I don't even know how that's going to work. But it seems to be going better now. I'm running at a steady 60 frames, where before I was kind of fluctuating. It was dropping under 30, which it shouldn't drop under 30 for what I'm recording right now. This isn't that visually demanding. I have easier time running Skyrim and recording. And there it goes again. It's dropping. Huh. Alright, I'm going to have to look into this problem. I'll figure it out. Let's see, I only have one more thing that I can try. And if this doesn't work, then I guess I'm beat. But I'll try this real quick. I just tried unticking every option that should take up like more speed or whatever from the game. So right now I'm just playing through the basic starting level of the game, and just gotta kill this big thing real quick. And this part of the game is kind of just like a tutorial kind of deal. It like lets you experiment with some of your basic abilities. Right now, as you start out in Mega Man, you don't have any of your really good abilities. You start out as basically like a factory standard almost. You really don't have any abilities or anything that allow you to progress quickly in the game. But as you beat different bosses in the game and as you progress in the game, you wind up getting more abilities that'll help you progress quickly, and also to defeat some of the bosses, because a lot of the bosses in this game you can't beat without certain abilities. So, I mean, I think it's possible that you can beat them, but it's extremely difficult. So, you're going to want to make sure that you defeat the bosses that you got to defeat, and also there's like a certain order that I typically beat them in. So, I'll share my order with you guys so that you guys can maybe have like a little edge on the game, because I found that there's a certain order that you can play the bosses in, and it actually allows you to progress more quickly in the game. It's not as difficult if you use this build order compared to just playing through it like whatever. I'm just gonna pick this boss because he looks cool. That way is not gonna really work too well for you. Alright, so here's the boss guy, and he's a pain in the ass. So you can't really defeat him right now. He literally just owns you. You're meant to die here, or at least not die, just get stuck by him, because you literally can't beat him, to my knowledge at least. So he's going to capture you, and he's going to have a little quick saying. You worthless piece of scrap metal, did you really think that you could defeat me? So, yeah, obviously you really can't beat him, but obviously here comes Zero to save the day. Gonna save your back here, and Zero is much more powerful than you. Zero basically used all of his full potential and his design capabilities, which I was talking about earlier. So, you're basically, your end goal is to end up like Zero. So you say, I guess I'm not powerful enough to defeat him. And Zero says, X, you shouldn't expect to defeat him. He is designed to be a war machine. So basically, Zero is going to tell you that you're a piece of shit and you're not good yet, so you have to defeat all the other bosses, and maybe one day you'll be as strong as Zero. I know he's being a little cocky here, but that's just how Zero is. He's a little head-on and cocky, so got to put that aside, and he's going to say that he's going to go scout ahead and collect information. So, yeah, no, that's pretty cool. And now, basically, right now, we get to go to the main part of the game, which is playing against all the other levels and all the other bosses. So you'll see we'll soup up into space there. And this is a little password code. And you're going to want to keep these in your head, or at least write them down, because these allow you to skip to parts in the game. I'm using an emulator, so I could technically save the state and go to that point, but what you can also do is you can retrieve your game data by using these, because it's kind of like a memory card almost. Otherwise, you'll have to start from the beginning every time. So, as you can see here, we have a couple of the stages here. So, these things right here are really nothing. The stage, the spec, the map, and the Mega Man X thing. Those really aren't anything yet. This one changes, and I'm pretty sure they all actually change. Once you defeat all of these bosses, a whole new like set of something like comes into play. I believe it's a whole nother set of bosses, but I could be wrong. I think it's just another level. It's like the last level, but that also contains a couple bosses in there. So I'm going to end the video here, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and be sure to look for many more of these X-Men videos, because wow, X-Men, Mega Man X videos, and yeah, just keep looking out for them, because hopefully you guys like them, and I'm gonna keep playing it because this is my favorite game, or at least used to be. So I'm gonna play it regardless. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I hope you guys subscribe and continue to watch these videos. Thank you.